Push the button up slowly. Extend the finger. Release the finger from the first finger first and let go of the thumb. Good. Down, 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 down. All right, good. All right, about there.
Welcome back in, everybody.
Fine.
Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy.
Just give Mike some
I'm
instruction.
getting some advice here.
So, good. Solid instruction on the board over there.
All right, you guys
All
are
right,
with
release,
us.
release, release.
Release. It's done.
All right.
There we go. Got to thank McPhee's Grill of Templeton, hometown cooking through and through. McPhee'sGrill.com, 805-434-3204. $25 gift cards given out every week on our PGA Tour Fantasy Golf, also during the show. And a lot of you Facebook the show, Golf Talk Radio Mike and Billy at Facebook, or GTRM&B on Twitter. Same on also Instagram. So you guys can do that, and we'll send you guys say something great, and we'll send you a nice gift card from McPhee's Grill, McPhee'sGrill.com. We were talking at the break, or we went to the break, and you were going to bring up, Jim.
Fred Shoemaker.
So we stopped you, and we said, let's save it for this segment. So
yeah, Fred.
it's all yours, Jim.
First
Go,
tee.
Jim. Do it, Jim.
Yes.
Jim, lift up your chin.
Come on, Jim.
The mic's
chin up.
not at the right
Closer
angle.
to the mic. Good spine. Spine good.
What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. How does that feel, Jim?
You look very relaxed right now.
Nice headphone. So tell us about the old Shoemaker.
Well, the first tee will bring in a famous psychologist or some kind of gadget that's hot on the market or that nobody knows about. So we're ahead of the curve, and they bring in Shoemaker for level 3 at first tee to train us. And he's written some books, and he's very good with the mind and relaxing us. And he gets us all, about 50 of us, on a driving range with 50 students and matches us up. Actually, he got us with 2 teachers together and 1 student, and he wanted us to
Triads. Just thought I'd throw that out there. They're
Triads.
Triads.
like a gang.
Wow.
I feel like we were a gang.
They're triads. They're not.
Triad gang.
They're not dyads. They're triads.
Triads.
But go on, Jim. I'm sorry. Just trying to
That's
help.
part of the philosophy, isn't it?
Just
The
help.
philosophy, isn't
No,
it?
that's what they're called. When you get little groups of 3, they're triads.
All right, I like it.
I like it.
And the dyads when you have 2. But go on.
I like it. So they had a triad.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
You broke out in triads.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Okay.
2 coaches and a student.
There we go.
Triad.
Triad or triad?
Try both. You should
Try
try
it? No, triad.
Triad.
Sorry.
Oh, do your blades come in triads? Just
Jim, mine came in quintuplets.
wow. You had
Or
to-
whatever the heck.
That's the problem.
Yes.
And there's nothing
So-
worse
so
than
you're talking
people
about Fred
cutting you off in the
Shoemaker.
middle of instruction, getting cut off.
Yes.
It's rude, isn't it?
It is.
I'm the player. You're the coach.
How'd that feel? That'd be $80.
Did you lose your train of thought?
We'll see.
I have formulas for it. So I'm okay.
He's formulating as we speak. So come on, what happened to the triad? I'm
No,
dying
I
over
want to
here.
hear.
I'm trying.
All
I'm
right.
triading.
You're triadding.
Yes. So he got us up there. He says, I want to see what you guys have learned. Do it. Just go through your lesson. Each person, each player you have has a different issue. You need to figure it out. And so we come in blind, and we get a scratch college player. And so we ask him, what are your issues, blah, blah, blah. What do you want to do with the ball, blah, blah, blah. And he wants to hit a draw. So within 5 minutes, we get him to hit a draw, and we're clapping for him. And, good job, high-fiving him. And Shoemaker, no one else is done. I'm looking around, no one else is done. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, we got it. And Shoemaker says, time out! 50 people.
Oh, my God.
I got scared.
Wow. I've never heard Shoemaker raise his voice like
He
that.
did.
Actually.
He raised his voice. He was mad.
Billy almost went through the window.
Oh, my God. You have to shock me. I think I'm in
What's a
B
foursome
fib
called?
here.
What's 4 people in a teaching?
Quad.
Quad
Quadad.
ad?
No, those are the little.
That's a
Those are
crawdad.
those are the little things that look like slobster. Little baby,
Slobsters?
little slobsters. Come on, Jim. I'm going to
Shock and awe.
die
So you're
over here.
cheering.
I'm
Okay,
triading.
I know. You're triading. I understand.
Just need to
We're
shave.
trying to
I
be
can't believe
we're trying to be
Shoemaker
gentle.
yelled.
He did. He was mad.
Hey,
So he got his attention. We came back, and he said, you get your student to do, and then you don't empower them to own the shot. You cheerleaded for them. You don't even know if they like the shot.
You can't
Right.
can't focus.
You
on
liked it.
Can't be focused on outcome till you know, or at least right. So
So he got mad, and that was on us, me probably.
were you
and I
reprimanded?
changed my philosophy at
You were
that moment. I was reprimanded. I think it was me.
So you were the one that kicked out a level. That level.
That's
that-
right.
that
Well,
advanced
kicked
training.
in and then brought back the same day.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, that was nice.
There you go.
Wow.
In 5 minutes.
I I've heard
I
nothing but
begged.
good things about Schumacher. I've never heard this
He's a
before.
tough dude.
He was
man.
given time out.
Wow, he had to sit in a wall over there.
And he said, you need to go and let him tell you what he likes about the shot, if he likes it.
Did you go do it?
Of course. I was fired, kicked out of the first tee, then I was brought back in the next 10 minutes
So
after I
penance,
let him do
your
it.
penance was to go fix the issue. Did it go over well?
It went over well.
All right.
I was
Wow.
embarrassed, but it went over
To
well.
that point, that if you
Wow.
somebody's outcome, it's easy to go from the process to an outcome. Someone could chip in or something, and you're like, great shot. But to Jim's point, it might not have been a great shot. If you're working on balance, you can top one down the middle, or you can get lucky and hit one that looks like a good shot, but fall off balance at the same time.
Yeah.
So if your focus was working on keeping a good balance throughout the swing, and a guy hits a good shot down the middle but falls over, do you congratulate him on the outcome, or do you keep working on balance? So there's that. What are you focusing on? An outcome, like you said, you could almost that could have been the best shot the person ever hit. And you're like, almost, man, we're gonna get there. This guy, he's like, but that's my best shot I've ever hit. So going to outcome could be detrimental to the student-coach relationship. But
It's and to follow up on what you just said, Billy, from that point on, I started experimenting with every single player, and I would go, what'd you think of that shot?
Right, you have to ask the
And,
question.
beginners and intermediates and better players, they'd hit shots I don't like. I wouldn't like it. And they'd go, I love that. It's rolling.
Yeah.
Right.
Or it's barely
Oh, yeah.
airborne, or they
Isn't that
chunked it.
amazing?
It's not how. Yes, exactly.
So then that lesson becomes easy,
Yeah.
and we become relationship
Sure.
bound more.
And that's
cool.
the expert. The expert coach would ask the questions versus replying. But Hogan would come in after 65 and say he hit 3 good shots. So if you were following me, you'd think everything was good. He only hit 3 good shots. So he remembers the 3 good shots he hit, but he shot 65. So his misses were better than most people's good shots. So it's all relative. So you're like, what do you mean? You hit it great today, Ben. No, I didn't. He wasn't the kindest person.
He said
I hit 3 damn shots today.
he said he only expected to hit 4.
Boy, yeah.
That was his average.
Yeah.
4 good shots around. Yeah.
So it's an interesting.
And to follow up on that, the next thing I learned, exactly what you guys are talking about just now, is that when somebody hits a shot and you say nice shot because you've been working on trying to get them to do a draw maybe, and they draw it and they go, but, and that's another place to help that student. Once they say but, like you said, like Hogan, nice round, Ben, 45 or 65, and he goes, yeah, but I only had 3 great shots. Well, it's a great time to find out why, and you can go to the next level.
So I had a he's actually become
They're opening the door for more conversation.
Yeah.
The butt is awesome.
So I have
Nice butt, Jim.
Whoa.
But you don't want to tell your student, hey, you got a great butt.
Oh,
I haven't been told that in a few.
That was a really good butt, man.
wow. That's,
If you don't mind, I would like to open this conversation because of that nice butt.
And after that,
You can't do that.
After that, you usually end up saying, ow!
Yeah. And good release there.
So I have a he's actually become a friend. A guy I met at Paso Golf Club about 6 years ago when I started there. Great.
Has it been that long?
Yeah. Great
Where?
player. The guy's an athlete like you cannot believe. And he loves the game, likes to talk about what's going on with the game, in a good way, right? And he talks about the stuff, the wouldas, the couldas, and the shouldas, just like we all do. So I've known this guy now for 6 years, and he has the potential to shoot even par, under par every time he goes out and plays.
But
However,
his game is all about power. So after 6 years now, and we've kind of gone off and on, and I've just let him. I've never gone to him since we did our last lesson probably a year and a half ago, and he came to me after the last men's club tournament, and he goes, man, I got to get this back on track. And it was really interesting. All the stuff that you guys said, I just realized that I actually implemented in the lesson because I've known him for so long, and we've been down the path so many times with the same result, because until he was ready to kind of let it go, like Billy said a long time ago, and just kind of let his game be instead of trying to force it, then he would see his potential and he'd be able to control his game and play better. So the only thing I really did during the lesson we had together, I just told him, I said, hey, okay, address the golf ball like it's there, hold it, and he held the club, held the position. I just grabbed the club, his hands were on it, went to the top of the backswing, just held it there for a second, and then I moved it just at the pace that I told him that you want to swing at. That's all I did.
That's feedback.
That was it. And it was so interesting listening to you guys just talk, because I'm very visual, so I'm reminiscing about the lesson 3 or 4 days ago, and I'm thinking, I actually did it. I actually let the guy hit shots. I didn't say anything.
That's some of the hardest thing for
it is really
teachers
hard.
to do.
And so the thing that, and I'm getting chills now, but the thing that's so cool about it is he played yesterday and he shot 73.
There you go, man.
And he came in and he was so jazzed. And I told him, I said to him, I go, man, I am so happy for you, because I've known him for 6 years. Everybody knows that he has the ability to do it all the time, but he's always going for the big shot. He's always going, because that's what he thinks, his brain thinks what the game is. But he learned how to, so when he left that lesson, he goes, oh, I just need to stay in control of that. And I said, yeah. And I go, you might get a little bit out.
Well, one of the challenges.
And that's it. And it was such a
Who's that?
less said by me that I just realized that is a very difficult thing to do.
A challenge is with us teachers, when we all teach a lot here in this room, is if someone comes up and pays you, first, how long is the lesson? That's what they ask you. Well, it could be 5 minutes.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, but it's not. So let's say it's an hour lesson, and then they're paying you. They want to hear you. So if you don't say anything, what am I paying you for?
Like, what's
and
wrong?
Hey, we're done in 10 minutes. Come on, dude. I got 50 more minutes here.
Yeah.
That's when you look at him and go, I don't know.
So you have to set the expectations up to your student before you go in. These are the things that could happen, and why if there's an issue that you found and led them to fix it. And you notice I said led them, not to tell them to fix it.
Right.
Then why continue and let them develop? So as your people are paying you for your time, if that's what it is. I don't book by the time. I don't know how you guys do
I
it.
don't either.
Although I wouldn't spend 5 hours with somebody anyways. So it rarely goes to an hour. But still, there's some people I'm paying you. I need you. Don't leave yet. I'm not finished with you. Why are we over with?
Or
here?
they say the 3 or 4
Hourly
topics
wage.
they want to cover.
Yeah, and then so we got that. So
In that lesson.
so it's interesting. So if and some want to just hear, some do want to hear you talk, and that's okay. They want to. So if you want to hear you talk, then have a nice conversation. We go up and let's go sit in the clubhouse and we'll have lunch and we'll talk.
Right.
But to apply something, so I don't know how you guys deal with that, but it is a challenge for a lot of teachers. Now, if you have a student you've known for a while and you've worked with them for years, like most of us do, less is more, and they know that.
Yeah.
Jack Averett, who's brilliant to talk about earlier, he sends me videos every day. What's happening? Why am I pushing it? So I'm pushing it 2 feet to the right, blah, blah. And I just text back, stop doing that. That's all I text back. He said, well, what am I doing?
love it.
So I'm hitting, I'm pushing.
That's a
I
great
said, well, stop it.
response.
That's what I wrote. Well, stop it. He goes out and shoots 65. So there you go.
Nice.
That'll be $120. I'll see you next week. But it's
Brilliant.
It's a simple thing. But what do you do as your teachers? So, if you got, that's why I like classes more, group lessons, because you can spend an hour with a bunch of people having fun and working with. But an individual hour is a long, long time if that's what they think they're paying for.
That is a long time.
So
That's a
are your
really
lessons
long
an
time.
hour, or are they an hour and a half? I mean, or a half hour? What time?
Each person tells me.
And you, Jim? I mean, Dave. You're Dave. Here, Jim.
Average an hour.
Okay.
But, a lot of the time,
But you're analyzing stuff
the
too,
teaching,
right?
yeah, of course. But the teaching sometimes is over in 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
So
could
let's
be.
bring this back on the top, because we're going to come back on the other hour here. Let's bring that back into Clubbing with Dave.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, Dave?
I don't.
Is that okay,
care.
Dave?
Are you,
guys
Jim?
are listening to
Are you okay with
You
that?
guys are listening to Golf
So I
Talk
think-
Radio with Mike and Billy right here on the Golf Talk Radio
Close-ended
Network.
question.
You guys stay with us. We'll be right back.